Welcome back to the channel, RevKev RC, and I've got a big little surprise for you and me. I didn't even know I wanted this until I got to YouTubing, and you know how that goes. YouTube will make you do stuff, and for me, it'll make me buy stuff. So what we have here, and I like the small stuff, RCs, that is. I got several 18 scales and a couple 24s and a couple 27s Kyosho's, a couple of 27 scale Kyosho's. But I almost bought the 6-wheeled version of this in normal, not rear steer. But this thing is 8-wheel steer. Shut the front door. Somebody call the authorities. And this thing, I got it off of Direct RC. Probably like most people. Same price as eBay, but when you give them your social security number and your birth date, they'll give you, I think, 10% off. So I think I got away with a steal and a bargain. But, you know, I can't stop the people calling that want to keep buying my house and offer me credit cards. Any case, it was worth it. So I think this retails for I don't want to lie. I don't remember. I'll put a link if you don't know where to find this. But I got this off Direct RC. I paid my own money as per usual. And boy, they shipped this thing fast. I did not opt for the shipping insurance that they pre-select for you, and it still arrived on time by UPS. My guy knows me, handed it right to me. So if you're a risk taker and you want to save $5, deselect the insurance because, I don't know, I didn't need it, and we're all good. As you can see, she's fresh. She is untainted, untouched, unbothered. All I did was take her out of the regular packaging, the cardboard, and I said, nope, we got a sticker here, and they're going to know I'm lying to them, so I did not open it. So we're going to open it together, and we're going to have a lookie. I got the green one. I thought the gray one was really cool, but something about the green called to me. It's probably because I got the military veteran thing going on. I do think it's cool. This is probably one you don't have to do a whole lot to. I did discover when I was at the Hobby Town the other day that you can get dual stage foams for these tiny little tires. I think Power Hobby is the one that makes them. I didn't get them because I usually find in my smaller scales that dual stage is unnecessary, but this is probably going to be fairly heavy. So this is a true ready to run. Comes with a battery, comes with a charger, a full-size remote, right? Fully remote functional. You got some recovery winch action. That's neat. That's an update and an upgrade to the previous version that was more like a tow truck. It's got a functional gooseneck 5th-wheel receiver. I just saw today on YouTube a commercial, like an ad. Are they all just ads now? We don't call them commercials? I don't know. Yeah, comment down below. Someone makes a trailer for that big old gooseneck thing. You can haul all kinds of little RCs and probably a case of beer or something. But that's pretty neat. I don't know if I'm into that because they kind of make riding them on trails a little bit cumbersome. But it sure does look cool and the kids love it. All right, we got 2-speed transmission. That's key because this thing's meant to pull things and also be fairly quick to trail around. Extreme scale detail. We'll decide that. Now watching some videos, it did look pretty good. So we're gonna see. It does come with that LiPo 1100 milliamp. That's pretty good. Anytime you get an RC that comes with the battery and it comes with a charger, it's hard to complain. But this did, I read it on here earlier. I was surprised. It comes with a full-size FlySky Where is she at? Yeah, the Fly Sky 6-channel, full size, 6 channels. I don't know if it uses all those channels, but we're going to see because all the electronics are exposed, and according to this, they're waterproof. There we go, right there. PPX4. Ooh, I'm used to seeing IPX4, so I don't know what PPX4 means. Maybe I'll throw it in the gargler and see what it spits out. But yeah, I don't know. I typically don't get these little ones wet. It does come with bead locks, all 10, because you got 8-wheel drive and 2 full-size spares up here. Get it in frame, RevKev. Golly. Those are bead locks according to the package. We're going to have a look at that. We're going to check it out. Now, for my unboxings, I think I have established a pattern. I'm going to establish a pattern. I'm also into knives. I collect a lot of things, knives and watches, but for unboxings, I can't open a box with a watch, but I can open it with a knife. So in the last unboxing, I think, it was a Civivi Neurohaptic. I think I just called it a haptic. It's the Neurohaptic. This is a Civivi Bull Tusk. It's not super important, but this is a good knife and a good value. Very sharp. All right, we're going to get that first. Oh, wow. That was sharp. Okay, we got some really nice packaging here. I'm going to pan the camera out a little bit here so we can see just a little bit more of what is in. Oh, perfect. Nice. In the box. What's in the box? All right, first thing in the box, very slow charging USB doobly-doo. And if you watch any reviews on this, these are going to be the included sway bars that are not installed. We'll play with it a bit and see if we need those. But RC Driver thought you didn't need these. We'll see. I might just put them on because I have them, and we don't really expect this thing to be incredibly agile anyway, being 8 wheels. All right. We got ourselves a nice piece of foam. It's good packaging. The packaging actually, so far, looks pretty dang good. That is cut out to fit the Fly Sky, which is chilling on top, and some bubble wrap. That's pretty nice. Full size, like I said. This is the same remote that comes with, or the same, I didn't know it. I have another FMS over there that comes with a remote that is eerily similar. So it is almost certainly a rebranded Fly Sky of some sort. All right, we got some dip switches to reverse channels if we don't like the direction that something is activated. That's what that's going to do. Oh, we also got drag brake. That is cool. Let's see if I can get her to focus. There we go. So looks like dip switches 3 and 4 are going to be your drag brake adjustment. That is pretty cool. Okay, dip switch number 1 all the way to the left is going to be your forward reverse or your forward brake reverse. Oh, neat. Neat. And then you can switch on number 2, lipo or nickel metal hydride, if you're going to run different kinds of packs. Okay, so channels 5 and 6. Let me send it up. There we go. Channels 5 and 6. Those are for reversing something that channels 5 and 6 control, which is that one and that one. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the 8-wheel steer, 6-wheel. It's going to control the ones to the rear on the bedside. And then I think that might be lights or winch, channel 6. We're going to find out. There's a lot of buttons on here. This is actually really nice. It does have this no foam. You can still thumb steer. I'm going to do my normal thing and cut this bicycle inner tube. I'm going to make it straight and put it on there. That makes it nice and grippy. It adds a tiny bit of diameter. And there are these little ribs that are part of the rubber molding that, if you position it just right, make a very cheap and nice feeling grippy ridge. So that's going to happen. That's what I do with all these that don't come with any foam. Cool. Pan you back out. So we talked about the remote. We did a close-up on what we can do here. Oh, and we've got dedicated throttle and steering reverse right there. And our normal trim, steering trim, throttle. Yeah. So your normal stuff with steering and throttle trimming. Cool. Did it come with batteries? I don't see any in the bag. Those cheeky devils. That's fine. Most of them don't. All right, let's get to the actual truck. It is nicely wrapped and protected. I'm pretty happy to see that. Move this stuff out of the way. I don't know. Let's put this back here. That's kind of cool looking. Yeah. Sweet. All right. It's probably just, yeah, set down in there. It's no zip ties or anything like that. I like that. So first handling, just picking it up, it feels pretty substantial. It feels solid. It doesn't feel like a toy grade necessarily, even though it is small. I quite like it. Yeah. Okay. The tires. I didn't watch any videos that actually talked about the tires, but what these have is what probably I would consider a Hyrax center tread. Very Hyrax reminiscent on the center tread. Focus. Oh, that's better. Yeah. Look me in my face and tell me that's not a Hyrax inspired center tread. Now the outside tread. Oh, tell you the truth, I'm kind of getting Traxxas vibes. This is pretty funny. A little plus minus. Nice. I don't know why it's funny, but that's on purpose. I like it. Oh. Okay, they are vented. These are vented. You can hear it. You hear it? Here, get close to the mic. Maybe that'll come through on the video. So the tires are vented. They are bead locks. Cool, they're bead locks. All right. We got a pretty intricate, pan you back out again. Pretty intricate 8-wheel drive system. There is a steering servo on every axle. To include the main steering front portions, that's good. That's a good turning angle as well. Man, I ain't mad at that at all. That's pretty cool. This is going to be freaking cool. This is going to be fun. Oh, man. I'm going to have to send my nephew one of these now. Okay. The steering has it on the axle all the way across the board. And they sound and feel like they're going to be fairly powerful. If you know, you know, is kind of how that works. You can kind of tell when you run a servo when it's not powered, if it's going to be powerful. This feels pretty good. I'm hoping this is not something I'm going to have to put a bunch of parts and foams and brass into, in part because it's just not supposed to be that kind of truck. It's whatever you want it to be. So, you know, it's whatever you want it to be. Okay, we got oil-filled shocks. You can feel it. Let's take this off. You ready? Nice and slow. Cue the Usher song. Get ruining it. Get off. All right, I'll tell you this. On the website, this green looks pale. It looks more pale than it does in person. In real life, when you think about army green and like your OD green Humvees and military vehicles, I think they actually accomplished that really nicely with this. Yeah. Oh, there's a whole interior in there. Shut your mouth. All right, let's get some light in there. There's a whole interior. That's probably too intense. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. The whole interior in there. I think I knew that, but you know, I didn't pay attention. Tell you what, let's backlight it from here. That is cool. Seats, steering wheel, shifting gears. Looks like we got several shifting knob gear thingies. I'm not an imbecile. I know what those are. Oh, those mirrors. Check that out. They did say it was a extreme scale, and so far, they're not lying. Look at that. I like that. Oh, they got a stop to it. That's cool. Looks like if you were to crash, it would fold in. I like that. I wonder how durable these are. They feel pretty stout. You're definitely, you know, if you're going to go and play with it, they're going to roll. Ooh, these spare tires. They are mounted sturdy. That is neat. And the wipers, they move. They might be fixed. Flex. I don't want to do that too hard. I'll break them. That's very scale and detailed. Do like that. There is our infamous and awesome winch. I would have liked to have seen some black tubing or something on these wires so they weren't just obviously out there. I will likely cover those up somehow, even if it's just like a paint pen to make them black. Because I don't know. I mean, in a real truck, maybe you could see wires if you have a frame like this. Let's see, how does this? Oh, you pull it. Nice. Look at that. That is sick. All right. I'm on board. I'm here. Here for it. So unlike the previous version where it was 6 wheels and not all-wheel drive, all-wheel turning, 8-wheel turning, the winch in the back is covered up with a scale-looking like equipment box. Stay clear of cable. Nice. That is also scale. Let me get the... What? Yeah. Yeah. Don't put your body in there if you're small enough. That's very cool. What else can I show you up in there? Do not heat. Oh, so it's a fuel tank. All right. I like that. What do these stickers say back here on these little stack-looking things? Warning. I need to get my eyes closer to that. Stand by. Hell no, I can't read that. I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to have to take a picture of it and then zoom in. Maybe when I watch the video, the camera will have done it. I don't know what that says. But don't put any people up here, especially if they're little like this. Man, the detail on this, they win. Stay clear of cable. That is a real cable. Most of the time, I do not approve of actual steel cables in a winch. But given the military utility function of this A-scale RC and the limited interaction in here of the cable, I'm okay with it. And if you really do hate it at some point, you can just swap it out with whatever synthetic line you like. Oh man, this is cool. Man, why didn't they have this when I was a kid? Even if they did, I couldn't afford it. Ooh, I would never have got this. This is cool. You slip that in so I don't bust her up. All right. Here's our winch. This is 10th scale, and it's a bit big for this application. I'm okay with it. It's all right. If you have watched anything on my channel, you know that I would probably elect to swap that out with something more realistic, like the Traxxas one, because it looks the realest out of all of them that I've seen, or at least purchased and handled and fiddled with. This is very cool. What else? I know we got lights. You know we have lights. The battery is already in it. I have not charged it because I unboxed it with you on camera. This is so neat, though. Man, the marvels of things that they can produce now are just, I mean, come on. I would have flipped out of my chair if I was a kid, if I ever got one of these. Okay. We're going to push that in. This folds forward. It's hard to believe that's an 1100 milliamp. Let's see if they're calling BS. Oh, it's right there. Okay. They're not lying. This has not been charged yet. It's got a XT miniature. Holy cow, that's tiny. I don't have a clue what. How does this charger even? Oh, download port. It's a 2S. I have a ton of 2S's, but I don't have any in this ridiculous plug. So there is a decent chance. Where the hell do you plug it in? You guys are seeing what I'm seeing as in not seeing, right? Okay. There's a good chance these are both going to get swapped out for something that I currently have, so I can run, I don't know, one of these, another one of these. These will both fit in here. It's still 2S, smaller size, smaller milliamp, but you know, if I want longer runtime, yeah, that Velcro is really good too. It's there. I do like that these are up here above, so you don't have to remove anything up here to get the shocks out. Also, holy cow, I knew it, but it's beautiful. That's aluminum, and they have black anodized it, got their logo on it, but they have chamfered the frame rails on the outside where we view it from. So you got that nice, cool silver outline. That's super cool. It's the little things, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's really nice. I think the cab, the cap portion of the cab, that attachment is really well done. Very nicely executed with this incognito clippy system. You can see right there, you got some pins up here that just locate down there on a spring activated clampy thing. That's a technical term, so you know. Our speed controller, I guess that's a speed controller and a receiver all in one in there. 6-channel. I'm not going to disassemble this or anything. I think RC Driver may have already done that. Let's go watch his video on it. I'm just trying to give you an up close and my hopefully comedic impressions of this thing. What I'm basically guaranteed to do, Oh, wait. Let me see if that comes off. Oh, yeah, you get a T-wrench. I'm going to grab one I already got open. I'm going to pull just one of these wheels off. Well, I'm going to unscrew it. I'm not going to pull it off. And I'm going to look at it. I want to see. Come on. Wait up. Wait. Oh. Oh, okay. So the bigger size takes off the cover. Flip it around. And let's see. One of these. Oh, there it is. Okay, I thought that was the thing holding on. I was mistaken. I just want to see what the vent situation looks like in this wheel. Because if you've been following along, I like to seal the vents off my crawlers, especially because I don't want to have to worry about water and getting different foams and just babysitting everything. All right, cool. Got her off. All right, these are your standard 18th scale. I think it's the same size you're going to get on like a TRX Ford Bronco. So you can probably find these in brass if you wanted. These are pretty wide. Those look to be nearly a centimeter deep. So these are sticking the wheels out kind of far. You could probably find those in brass all day long. The wheel is vented. Is it just vented because it's not sealed? I bet you there is a hole in the wheel ring because the bead lock on the outside right here has no hole. So that means the wheel ring inside has the hole. So all these wheels got to get taken apart to seal for water ingress. Cool. That's fun. All right, stick that on. Sort of a bummer, but honestly expected. And to be fair, it's industry practice for RTRs to come vented because it does give you more performance for the rock squishing and these threads got longer. It just gives you more performance for gripping things typically. I do like these. They feel really good. The compound feels very squishy and grippy. Yeah, it feels nice. Do I have to do that? Am I missing something? Maybe it's this thing. Maybe it's got to be. No, maybe you just. Oh, okay, you got to push it. Probably you could force it down because those are funnel shaped. Let's see. Nope, don't do that. Just push the button because I gave it a good squeeze and it didn't do anything. Yeah, that's probably low gear right there. Sounds strong. Oh, all right, what do you say we put a battery in it and see what happens? Let me go find some double A's to put in the remote and we'll be back. Okay, I have stole some batteries out of another remote. Got this thing turned on. When you initially turn it on, you get 2 green lights, and then after you don't connect this, that light goes out. We'll see what happens whenever I put this battery in. I did not charge this battery, so we're not going to do a whole lot of running on it because I'm assuming it's at a storage charge, and my LiPo checker is over there, and I'm not going to go get it. Now we're just going to put this thing in and see what happens. Let's tuck this down in here so it's not in the potential pinch zone. Right, kind of do one of those. I like that. There's our on-off switch. Ooh, we got some lights. We got servos waking up. Very good. As I said, that came on. This is appears to be the battery status of the vehicle. So I wonder if we play with it and it goes to LiPo shutdown or voltage cut, what that's going to do. Let's see. All right, let's have a little look at let's back it up. I don't know what gear it's in. Servo's fast. Oh yeah, servo's fast. Look, I said double servos. That's fast. And the steering angle that we saw when I was doing it manually holds true. It's going all the way. It's literally smashing the steering link across the pumpkin. So we're getting full steering. That's very cool. Now I'm pretty sure, is that the winch or is that steering? Okay, that's steering. Cool. I thought it would be. This is it's a spring loaded, so it springs back into center or neutral, and then one way gives you steering that way, and I don't know which way it's going because it's upside down, and then that gives you that way. Oh. Why does it make noise one direction? It's weird. Look, I'm not doing anything weird. It beeps that way. It does not beep that way. That is kind of annoying. I don't have a clue why it does that. How do I shut that off? That's dumb. Okay, let's test the throttle. We'll see whatever gear is in. Let's see how slow I can make it go. Oh no, it's in neutral. Okay. I think that's second. I think RC Driver, when he did it, that was second, which is not intuitive to me, but let's see what it does. If that's second, it's still pretty slow. Let's find out. Let's back it up. Put it all the way over. That is not neutral. Okay, that's second. You're not here, but okay, so that is intuitive. Channel 6, which they give you the option to switch. I don't have to switch it because it makes sense to me. Second gear is forward, first gear is back. So this is second gear. Oh man, that motor actually kind of sounds like a little diesel. Neutral. I like that because then you can pull this with another RC with little to no resistance. That's cool. First, that way. The rocker switches all the way down. Right there. Oh yeah. A very obvious speed difference. So the gear ratio between first and second is actually, on appearance, pretty dang nice. Okay, let's fool with some lights. Probably channel 3 because that's like a momentary switch. Back it up. It's got backup lights. You can see them shining off back there. Legit. All right. Let's give her. All right. Okay. Looks like a low beam. No turn signals. Cool. Do it again. Turn signals. All right. So they give you a turn signal on and off mode. And You got them on the rear. So look, you got your off-road mode and your on-road mode because, you know, we want to stay road legal. We don't want to get pulled over by the fuzz. So we want to use our blinkers. All right, let's see. What does a third press do? Do you guys see anything different? Okay, got no blinkers. So we're back to no blinkers. I wonder, we'll figure it out. If that, did my lights get brighter and I didn't notice it because I was looking at my phone? All right, let's do it one more time. All right, that's cool. Got some fog lights and we have our, they give the appearance of a rotating LED and it's actually really brilliant and exceptionally strong because all it is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 LEDs that are chasing in a circle. Very, very clever. Clever girl. All right, no turn signals. I like that. Man, this thing is cool. All right, let's do it again. We got some hazards in case you're on the side of the road and you need to make sure traffic doesn't hit you when you're making your pull or you have an emergency. Let's do it again. All right, that looks to be off. Yep, we're off. No turn signals. All right, we're back at square 0. Let's see what 1 does. We got some low beams and some tail lights. No turn signals. Second press. Turn signals. Third. Now we're going to watch to see if the lights get brighter here. So I think that's what I missed. No. We're back to no turn signals. So this mode and the first mode are the same? Or does the first mode have turn signals? Shit, I don't remember. All right, we're back to here. No turn signals. At least they give you a lot of no turn signal options. Hazards. Off. What am I missing here? On. No turn signals. Turn signals. One more press. So the third press seems to be the exact same mode or function as the first. So 1 and 3 appear to be identical. I didn't design it. I'm not throwing shade. I don't understand it. And that's okay. This thing is cool though. Let's see. Yeah, 1 and 3 are identical. If I figure out, or somebody knows, if you got one of these, or if you were paying more attention in class from other YouTubers that may have figured out what the difference is, let me know, because I don't see it. Mode 2, lights on, right? Mode 3. Man, did I lose count already? Yeah, that's identical. This is not a complaint. I am merely stating what I am observing. That is awesome. I want to just buy these and put them on other RCs. That is super cool. Hit it again, I get those, and I get hazards. Cycle all the way through to amber, spinners, but no turn signals. All right, cool. I like that. Uh-oh. Oh, that pivots too. Nobody talked about that. Oh yeah, check that out. It's blocked. Locks open. So you can back your trailer guide. Trailer guide. Locked. Come on. That's awesome. Unlocked. Oh, you got to hold it. Here. Hold it. Slips right out. That's honestly, you don't have to hold it. Trailer's in. Hold it. I think it, maybe. Stays open. Engages. We're here. I want to undo it. Pull it out. Looks like it just comes right out. Perhaps it's better with not this and need something that's going to fill this entire space. That is cool. Oh, now I need to reset it before I lose my mind. All right. Very cool. All right. We know it has a winch. Process of elimination. Channel 4. I think this is the one that people complained about because you have to press it multiple times to get it to do what you want. Yep. Press it once and it sucks it in and tries to break itself. Press it again. Comes out. Press it one more time. It stops. Press it again. It'll pull. That stops it. Lets it back out. Let's see how long this is, just for funsies. You can really feel the torque in this motor. What I think it said it was a 280 series. All right, it's already longer than the truck is, but out of frame. Oh man, that's crazy. Here, I'm just gonna that's how long this thing is. It's spooled all the way out. I wouldn't do any real pulls from here, but that's pretty long. I would call that 1.5 times the length of the truck in cable that is outside of the truck itself. If you include what's in here, which why would you? It's at least twice the length of the truck. Oh, let this bad boy spool itself back in. Anytime you spool a winch in, you want to add some tension so it automatically feeds itself flat onto the spool. Once it reaches the other side, it will automatically spool itself back off to the other direction based on the tension that you are providing. A little tip for you. And the thinner you can keep the spool, period, even if you already have a bunch of wraps on it, but the thinner you can keep it, the more torque the winch has. Now this feels struggly, but it would definitely pull something with what it's got. Yeah, I would like to have seen this as a 2 buttons that were both momentary. So they can't do it with this because they've assigned a lot of functions to this radio already. But 2 buttons, 1 in, 1 out, simple. But otherwise, let's see if we can get her backed up. Turned off to the left. Okay. So pushing up goes right and pushing left goes that direction and pushing right goes that direction. That's trippy. I've never had a 4-wheel or 8-wheel drive RC before. Okay, it's pretty quickly intuitive once you realize what each function does. There's some thought to it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is neat. That is neat. All right, I didn't start my timer on time, so this is probably going to be going on 45 minutes to 50 minutes. This is a first impressions video. I will definitely do some running footage, and there's a decent chance I'm going to get the trailer for this because I have a lot of 18 scale crawlers, FMS, TRX 4M, Rock Hobby. Yeah, the list goes on. I got a lot of those, and I think that would look cool toting those things around on this thing, aside from how cool it looks all by itself. What do you think? I'll throw a link in the video description for where I got this. It's the same place I think most people are getting it, Direct RC. You can probably get these on AliExpress. You can probably get these things. I know you can get them on eBay because I looked there too. You know, always looking for the better price. But Direct RC had extremely fast shipping, and for a simple trade of my social security number, blood type, birth date, address, and license number, I got 10% off. So I mean, I guess, you know, worth it, saving like $24. So yeah, go to Direct RC if you don't mind using their discount code thing. And it's only for if you're a first-time buyer. So if you've already bought from them, they might not give it to you. But either way, this thing's cool. It does have oil-filled shocks. I think I already talked about that. And they are adjustable. I don't want to beat you to death with all of my rants. And they are, yeah, aluminum caps, plastic body, nice red collars so you can raise and lower it as you add weight to it or whatever you want to do. This is also really neat, and I'll say this and I'll go, I promise. They left you plenty of room if you want to upsize your tires. I got a couple of 6x6s or just wheels that have tandem axles that the stock tires and axle configuration is so tight you cannot put bigger tires. They gave you plenty of room, so if you wanted to get crazy trained, this is a solid ½ inch at least between these tires. So yeah, you could definitely go bigger. The only thing you want to consider is because you have 8-wheel steer, is the clearances back here, you know, this side and then that side, but those don't look like they'd be a problem either. You could go 1/4 inch at least bigger on each tire and still clear. That's my guess. I don't even know if that exists, but I'm sure it does somewhere in the universe of RC on the internet. But that is my first impressions, unboxing, and unbiased, unbought and paid for review initial impressions of this bad boy. It's really cool. I'm gonna go play with it, but I don't want you guys to sit around and watch me talk about it, and probably the battery won't last. But I appreciate you stopping by. I sincerely mean it. I really do. The channel has been slowly growing, and I absolutely appreciate you guys. You are the best. And to quote a certain president, I'll just say the greatest. Probably everyone says RevCab subscribers, the greatest. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. If you guys like impressions, I do a lot of them. But yeah, check that bad boy out. Thanks for stopping by. Give me the like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell, what's the other thing? You know what to do, and I appreciate it. And I will see you guys and ladies probably in the next one.